Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, September 4th, Memorial Day. The last time you heard from me on my podcast was last Friday morning before the nominations happened. Pretty sure I mentioned that I was going to be at a wedding this weekend, and I've already tweeted about it. So you guys know probably, and if not, it's not that important for purposes of Big Brother. But I am mostly caught up on Big Brother. I have not finished watching last night's episode. I made it about halfway through it, just over halfway through it earlier. And so I need to go back and watch the rest of it. But I know the outcome. I didn't know, so we'll talk about this for a second. They showed the lead up to the eviction where, Matt actually told Jag that he was going to save him with it. So Jag was in on it. He knew that he was getting saved. At least Matt had told him that. And then that Jared also started to tell Jag that he thought things might be. Jared is he's taking advantage of his mom being in the house, but he's kind of making it more difficult for her. It's kind of funny, and I secretly kind of hope it bites him in the butt, because I do feel the more and more I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it is so theirs to lose. They have so many advantages right now in the house, and I don't care anybody who says, but they have a big disadvantage because that's a big liability. It's like, yeah, well, they're doing quite well right now. So we saw that Jag knew he was safe, that Jared had kind of also warned him along with Matt, and then Jag also went to Sari, who claimed that she didn't tell anybody else anything. But it's so funny. It's making Jag out to be he's figuring it all out. And yet, get ready for this, Jag is now on the block again. So on Friday, Jared did what we thought he would do, and he nominated Red and Cameron. And then Cameron managed to win the power veto, which it was the tiny house veto, the little tiny thing where they used tweezers and everything. And so he won the power veto. I think Matt and America, and I can't remember who the other person was that played, but it doesn't really matter because Cameron's the one that won it. And there were people that felt that maybe somebody threw it or something, or that America might have thrown it, or I don't think anybody was throwing anything. I think everybody wanted to keep nominations the same, and then they weren't going to be because Cameron won it. So then there was talk about maybe Cameron would save Red with it, since it's Red's birthday. I think it's tomorrow is Red's birthday. I don't think it's today. But no, that didn't happen. There was initially talk about putting up, the renom was going to be Bowie, because Bowie was kind of the third of that trifecta where they were convinced that Bowie, Red, and Cameron were all working together. But it got flipped to America at one point, because Jared was really mad at America, feeling that he felt that she didn't put her all into the competition or something. There's a lot of petty jealousy, just crap going on in the house at times that you don't necessarily hear about or see. Definitely don't see on the show. Side note: they took with the including the backfill of showing us how Matt revealed the power and all that kind of stuff. The first half hour of last night's show was all before. It was the pre-eviction and the head of household competition. So we didn't get to anything past the head of household competition until 8:30 last night. Now, I haven't watched much since then, so I can't tell you what all they showed on after that. I know it ends with the nominations of Cameron and Red, but my point is, that's the problem. They could have done that competition, that head of household competition, in the last 10 minutes of the show, and they chose not to. They chose to stretch everything out, and then they fill, let's say, 20 minutes of last night's show with a competition that we already know the outcome of, and that doesn't need to be dissected and with them narrating it all, between everyone, they have everybody say things. I want to win this one. They all know it. They record all of that after the fact. So every one of these reaction videos where they talk about how they've got to win something, how they talk about this, it's all done when they already know the outcome. So they're faking it, right? It's not genuine. It's not honest, and it drives me crazy. And I'll shut up now. So where was I? So anyways, the America was the target for a little bit, and then because of the way that like Bowie and a couple of other people answered questions, they decided that Jag is just way too popular in the house. Felicia pretty much called him the head of the snake, if there was a snake on the other side of the house. I tried to come up with some kind of a analogy to what that other side of the house is, but it's just a mess is all it is. And it certainly is no snake for there to be a head of. It is just a mess. And so they decided that, last night they said, you know what, let's do it. Let's put Jag up. Let's get rid of Jag. So was the decision last night. And when I say the decision, it was Suri and Jared and Felicia. And then late today, before the Power Veto meeting, oh wow, there's a bald eagle. That is wild. I'll be right back. And now I've completely lost my train of thought because I just saw a bald eagle on the side of the road. So I just came back. I've been gone for about 5 minutes trying to get a picture of this thing. Anyway, it's kind of cool. So, where was I? All right. So, pardon me for jumping all over the place, but we're talking about Jag getting nominated. They won the Camerons won the Power Veto. They flip-flopped. They decided that Jag was too popular, head of the snake and all that, right? That's where I was at, head of the snake, and there's no snakes to speak of. But they decided that, so that's why we're going to go after Jag again. And the whole time along here again, this is very again, Big Brother 16, Derek, put Suri as far as Derek. She's going with however the house goes, and depending on who gets nominated, she's leaning them that way, leaning them this way. She doesn't force things too hard, but she kind of gets it the way she wants to go. And in this case, she got hinky feelings about Jag, and they're making it happen. So Jag is right now, as of right now, Jag is going to get voted out over Red. So it is Red and Jag that are currently nominated. The expectation, as I talk to you right now, is that Jag is going to go. But Jag thinks that he's a pawn, right? This is where I go back to the part where I said, Jag is getting painted as really smart, right? And like figuring it all out. And yet, first of all, for all they showed, he came back from the head of household after the thing and accusing everybody of why did you vote for me? Why was it 10-0? And trying to dissect his nominations, and it kind of the vote of 10-0 against him. And he just was mad about it. And so he's told so many people he's mad about it that, they kind of were like, well, we're going to be, it just didn't leave him in a good way. And so now he's up. He's, I don't know if he's going to go or not, but I could see him easily going. And as I tweeted just a few minutes ago, I went to look and see what where are we at in the house right now as far as a timeline? Because, it always seems like, oh my gosh, these are critical votes. This is critical people. These are going to, it's going to suck that Heisem is out, Well, how about this week? Let's assume that Jag gets evicted. let's put him on the same timeline for Big Brother 24 and Big Brother 23, right? So what house guests went out at the same point in the game in Big Brother 23 and Big Brother 24? Now, those were both 16-player seasons, so we have to just knock out the first player for this season. So forget about Luke, because there was that, we only have 16 players. So for the number of players left in the house, this is the 13th player that is left. Once they're gone, then we'll be down to 12. Okay, so who was the 13th player evicted in Big Brother 23? It was Whitney. And no disrespect to Whitney as a person, but when I first saw the name, I'm like, wait a minute, Whitney was in like Big Brother Over the Top. What Whitney was that? I realized, I know now, blonde hair. She was, we do remember her, but in the grand scheme of Big Brother 23, she wasn't, did she get a question when she got on the stage with Julie at the end with the jury, with the non-jury members? I don't even remember. But point is, if it's Jag that goes, we'll remember Jag. Oh yeah, Jag was a guy on Big Brother. Oh, I kind of remember him. Yeah, well, he's going to be memorable because he's the first Sikh. He does stand out among Big Brother cast members just because he was a unique, culturally unique. And so, yes, he will stick out. Now, who was the 13th house guest out of Big Brother 24 last year? And the answer to that is Nicole. And again, I remember Nicole. We remember Nicole. Again, yes, but was she, game-changing, earth-shattering? Actually, she kind of went out on she and Daniel were kind of like going down a bad road when she went out, kind of a thing. And so it's like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. But Nicole is not someone that we look to in Big Brother world of like, oh, what does Nicole think, or how's Nicole doing, or any of that. We don't follow these early out people. We'll see. We could. I mean, every once in a while you do get a couple that stick around as far as in the Big Brother scene, but they have to first of all be Big Brother fans, and I don't think Jag is a Big Brother fan. He may hang around. We'll see what happens when he gets out. Anyways, I digress. Shocking. The point is, as much as some of us are going to get upset or worked up about either Jag or Red leaving, in the end, they're a blip on the map of Big Brotherdom. So it is what it is. What else do I got, guys? This is Monday afternoon. It's like almost 3:00 in the afternoon in Big Brotherdom. So I don't know if I'll have any information tomorrow. We'll have to see in the morning. But I did want to get one of these out since I didn't do one earlier today. We'll see what happens. So there you go. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to everyone who listens. Thank you for all the congratulations tweets that I got yesterday or this morning, or when I announced, I mentioned that I was out because of my son's wedding. So on that note, I'm going to work some more on moving my other podcast over to a new account so that I can get out from under this huge bill that this one costs me. Because right now this one costs, I can go to I said this earlier, I'm paying a couple $100 a year, I think, right now to maintain this podcasting account. And there was a reason for that, because of limited amount of the amount of, they used to have it say you can only have 100 hours at max, and they took that away, but they didn't tell anybody. So now I can have unlimited, but I can only have one podcast per account. So I'm just moving one account over to another. I'm moving one podcast over to another one, not this one, my non-Big Brother podcast. I'm gonna slip all those episodes over to another and then delete them off of here and pick up that other one on another account, where I will give you guys a very long overdue update. So that podcast is really about me, personal, not extremely personal, but it's more about real life. And I've talked about trips and stuff that I've gone on. I've given long detailed trips about a cruise and a visit my wife and I took to Cuba, trip to Ireland was the last one I did. When my son got engaged, that was the last one. I don't remember if I finished it. That was the thing. I think I may have not finished it just because life got busy. But now I could finish it with the wedding story because now he's married, right? So that was a long, long weekend in a good way. And I will stop there because I'm digressing into non-Big Brother talk. But the point is, thank you all for listening, supporting, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll have something tomorrow in the morning, whether it's just talking about alliances or whatever. I just don't expect to have much of an update since right now the target is Jag. We'll see if it's still that target in the morning, but we have until Thursday. So, as the joke has been this season, it's going to flip and flop 4 or 5 times between now and Thursday. And who knows what it'll eventually be in the end, right? All right, with that, I'm out of here. I will talk to you all later. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.